What's up guys, this is your boy the average gamer 92 here, back with another video for Injustice 2 Mobile. And I know guys, it has been a bit long, me coming up with a guide and even just talking to you guys. It has been long. There was a cyclone around in the place where I live. I'm safe, thankfully, but that is why there were a lot of network fluctuations and all going on, so it was kind of difficult for me to directly record as well as come for live streams. So with that being said, let's get started with today's video on building up Silver Banshee, how to build it, because it was something requested by one of my friends and subscribers, I believe. So let's get started with this video on how to build Silver Banshee, as well as how we can play it in raids and solo raids, what are the optimal teams as well. We're going to discuss that in this video. So let's jump right in to my roster here and let's look at Silver Banshee. So Silver Banshee has only one passive, so I kind of dislike characters usually which has only one passive, but this passive is very strong even though it's just one in number. So it has 90% chance to disable special abilities of your opponents once they are under the influence of Torment. So what is Torment? So basically Torment is a mechanism of the game where it's once applied, and there are three ways in which you can apply a torment on your opponent. One is through the special ability 1 of Silver Banshee, where you use this special ability and you have 30% chance to inflict this torment on basic and swipe attacks for 13 seconds. So this is one way. This 30% chance is kind of consistent, as well as the time is consistent even though you upgrade your special ability. So this is one. The next part is using special ability 2. So special ability 2 is it kind of guarantees that there will be a torment applied, and also it helps in tagging out opponents. So there are a couple of things that goes into the special ability too, but it helps in applying torment guaranteed way. So this is one, and last one is using the super move. So applies torment to all the opponents currently not suffering from torment. So this is extremely useful in arena and champions arena, but you rather do an SP3, because the SP3 is something which is exceptionally valuable and is one of the strongest SP3s in the game, given the fact that it increases the damage per disabled special of your opponent. So if an opponent is currently affected by torment, is disabled in any way, Sonic Boom still 100% more damage per disabled special and disarmor piercing. So a couple of things going for it, and it's very much effective and beneficial as well. So with Silver Banshee, you can one-shot T8 Dr. Fate with stab. That is the All Blades, and I personally did a 54 million damage with Raven as a support character, and I'm gonna walk over the support characters too as well, which you can use with Silver Banshee. But let's right now jump into a build, and let's discuss that into the later part of the video. So let's look at the gears. An interesting thing about Silver Banshee is it's the only character which has two defenses in the gear set base. So which means, so let's look at the gear here. So you have a base effect, which is highlighted here, and you have 24% plus 24% defense for Silver Banshee. Usually for all the other characters, it is health, but for Silver Banshee, it's defense. So how does this help us? This actually helps in ascertaining the fact that Silver Banshee doesn't require any defense rolls. So get this clear, it doesn't require any defense rolls either on gears or on talents to get maximum amount of defense. So that's how Silver Banshee is. So you can jump into the stats. I can show you the stats here. So you can see the defense here. The defense entirely is supposed to be maxed out at 75%, and you can get it directly through your gear set, your gears, and the base defense. So incredibly high base defense as well, 20% base defense without any gears. So this again contributes to maxing out Silver Banshee's defense. So there is a caveat to this, because you can see the health here. The health here is very less. So if you accidentally end up missing a tap, and it has happened to me multiple number of times, you will lose Silver Banshee because her health is not there at all. So with that being said, let's look at other things that we can concentrate on. So for the build, so ideally you would want to have an attack over 6k at 6 stars and gear level 70. So how you can do that, I can show you what stats I have over here. Mine is not optimal, by the way. Mine is not optimized totally. So if you want to optimize, you would want, like, here is one attack stat. Then let's look at the attack stats here. So you'll have another attack stat here, and then let's look at this. So you have three attack stats, so total four attack stats, I think, four attack stats. Then six attack stats, and let's look at here, you have eight. So total 8 attack stats, and here do we have one? Here 10. So total 10 attack stats is what I have, but ideally you would want to have 12 attack stats instead of the 10 that I have, and the remaining you can concentrate on the critical attack damage. So in that way, if you're doing that, so you will have a 120% critical attack damage, 40, 40, 40. So the remaining one critical attack damage you can concentrate on the talent. I know it's incredibly hard to get all the epics there. So you can see my epics are, kind of pretty much pointless because only the critical attack damage matters here. The other ones doesn't matter much. It doesn't help me in my battle. So ideally what you would want to have, so let me just give a rough overview rather than, drilling it down. You should have this, this, this. The reason is because that will be requiring a lot of talents and a lot of resources to spend on. So instead of doing that, what is an optimal build at gear level 70? Roughly around 6k attack, as close as possible to maxed out critical attack damage and critical attack chance. That would be the most helpful way to play with Silver Banshee so that you can do a maximum amount of damage. So with that being said, this concludes for a rough overview of the build guide of Silver Banshee. What are the other factors that we can consider? The other factors that we can consider are the team compositions. So usually you want to play Silver Banshee in league raids against Dr. Fate, and in raids, that is normal solo raids, you can use against a ton of bosses which do not have ability disable as a modifier for them, because Silver Banshee wholly works on disabling the abilities of the opponents and then increases the amount of damage she does. So with that being said, let's jump into some gameplay that I'm going to showcase you, and it is my gameplay that's using with the Raven, and I'm going to walk over some team compositions while I'm jumping into the gameplay as well. So let's head over to a gameplay of Silver Banshee. So we're back with the gameplay over here. So what you would ideally want to do is do an SP2 as soon as possible, because that would grant the ability to lock specials with any of Arcane team members as well. So Raven is an Arcane team member and she can lock the specials of the opponent with SP2 and SP3. That is also a part of the passive of Silver Banshee and grants a huge advantage. Like here you can see I'm locking the specials easily with a Raven, and I can tag in Silver Banshee to an SP3 and it does a huge amount of damage. So this is the basic strategy. You lock two specials at first and then you can lock three specials as well. So in league raids, you would want to use Silver Banshee as frequently as possible, the SP3 that is. So you would want to tag in, tag out as much as possible as well, because that will, grant more stacks of tab, which will grant you more attack basically. But in like solo raids, there if you have higher level artifacts, then you are good off and well off with just keeping Silver Banshee there and locking all the three specials every time. So this is an overview of how Silver Banshee is played. Let's jump into the team compositions. There are three teams basically which you can use with Silver Banshee, and all the three rather uses Silver Banshee and Power Girl as support characters and the damage dealer, and the third character is the combo builder. So the combo builder is going to be either Raven, or you will have Reverse Flash, or you will have Martian Manhunter. The Martian Manhunter is gonna do the fastest combo building, but Raven is gonna give you the most amount of damage. Like you can see here, I'm using Raven and it can do 54 million damage with Silver Banshee against Captain Cold. So definitely that is a good amount of damage that you can do. And Reverse Flash is easy to find in the League Store as well, so you can use Reverse Flash because it's easier to build and that can act as a combo builder. So these are the main three teams with Silver Banshee that you can use. So that's it For this video, guys, I think for the older players here, they would already be knowing this. They would already be knowing all the stuff that I was explaining. For the newer players, and also because it was a video that has been requested by a subscriber of mine, so I definitely wanted to do it as well. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoy this content, and if you're interested in more of Injustice 2 Mobile, some YouTube growth related content, and some other fun content from time to time, make sure to like and subscribe to my channel. So this is your boy, the Average Gamer 98 over here, signing off. You guys take care, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Peace.